Well, my friends, inflation is dropping and the money printer, well, it's coming back on. In this video, we're gonna talk about what that really means for you and your money. Listen, what if I told you that falling inflation isn't just good news, it might actually be your biggest opportunity? The latest CPI just reported that inflation dropped again to 2.3% year over year. The headlines are full of celebration, but while the media cheers and the Fed smiles, most people have no idea what's actually happening behind that number. Here's the truth: falling inflation isn't a finish line, it's actually a signal that the money printer is about to fire back up. And that means one thing if you're playing the Empire Builders game: it's time to get as close to the printing press as possible. If the government is about to inject trillions of dollars back into the system, the question becomes, how do you get your hands on it before everyone else? How do you convert fake money into real assets, the kind that produce real income and can be leveraged to beat inflation? That's what this video is really going to be all about. Today I'm going to break down why falling inflation signals more printing, not relief, where we are in the US debt cycle and what that means for rates, how to position yourself next to the printing press instead of being crushed by it, and finally, the playbook for converting fake money into real assets that are cash flowing and rising with inflation. Because the ones that are going to win in this next chapter of our economy will be the ones who understand that our financial system is debt-based. And ultimately, with this understanding, you have to know how to convert that debt-based money. Debt is money into real assets that beat inflation and generate real income. Now, first off, I want to welcome you to the Wealth Outside of Wall Street YouTube channel. My name is Ryan D. Lee, and around here, we don't follow the old rules of money. We decode how money really works, and we give you the tools to achieve financial freedom in 10 years or less. So if you're ready to stop working for money and start using the system to build real wealth and freedom, smash that like button, subscribe, and then share this video with someone who's ready to take control over their money just like you are. Now, let's get into the topic. Inflation just dropped, but it's a signal, not a solution. In the month of April, the CPI fell to 2.3%. That's down from 2.4%, as you can see right here on this chart. And on the surface, it looks like progress. But here's where the true wealth builders can see around the corner of what's going on below the surface. This opens the door for the Fed to do what they're best at: inject liquidity, which means more money, back into the marketplace. Listen, this isn't about relief, it's about timing. Lower CPI means less political pressure against printing. And in a softening labor market, the Fed is running out of excuses not to intervene by injecting liquidity. The second thing that we have going on inside of our economy right now is tariffs. Tariffs contract demand, they do not inflate prices. Many expected tariffs to drive prices up, but instead we're seeing inflation falling in the face of tariffs. Now that's because tariffs act like a tax. They make certain goods and services more expensive, so consumers buy less of everything. Less demand means slower economic velocity. Slower velocity gives the illusion to the marketplace of disinflation. But this isn't healthy cooling. It's a setup for the Fed to step in and do what they're best at: stimulate again. Now listen, the Fed, they have a few mandates and they have one move. The Fed is legally responsible for three things: stable prices, maximum employment, and moderate long-term interest rates. But they only have one move to adjust all three of these things. They adjust the money supply. They either inject money into the economy or they pull money out of the economy through raising interest rates. When they print money, they help employment and lower rates. But you stoke inflation because of the printing of money. When they pull liquidity, meaning raising interest rates, you tame prices, but job losses rise and rates spike. So because inflation is down and jobless claims are rising, this is why we can start to expect the printing press of injecting liquidity to start back up again. Now, we've seen this song and dance before. One of the things I love about history is we can look back in history and see how the very same economic trends that we think we're facing for the first time have actually been dealt with before. We can see into the future by looking into the past. From 1940 to 1980, the US deleveraged through inflation. Debt dropped and interest rates rose, as you can see on this chart. Then from 1980 to 2020, the opposite happened. The US re-leveraged. Debt soared back up as rates fell. And now, well, we flipped yet again. We're in a new inflationary deleveraging phase. This means that the Fed is going to print more money to help the government manage its debts. Number two, it means inflation is going to rise to erode that debt. And number three, it means savers, well, they're going to be punished. But on the flip side of that, when you convert your money, your dollars that are being eroded by inflation into real assets, asset owners, they're rewarded. They win because of inflation. So if you want to know how you can position your money and become what we call inside of our community an empire builder, this is how you position yourself. You don't run from inflation. You don't hide your head in the sand hoping that it doesn't destroy too much of your wealth. You actually use it as a tool to build your wealth. An empire builder doesn't panic when new money gets devalued by new printing. They actually do the opposite. They get closer to the printing press, the source of new money. Here's how. Number one, they acquire real assets. A real asset is something that has intrinsic value, that generates a real income stream, and that allows you to tap into the equity of the asset to secure debt, both short-term as well as long-term. The second thing that you do is you actually lock in long-term debt. You take the interest rate for what it is today, you date the rate, but you marry the asset. So you lock in the debt now while rates are what they are, and you ride it out. You ensure that the asset delivers enough income to cover the cost of the debt, and you let inflation drive up the price of your assets. Then after you've ridden that economic cycle long enough, you use those assets as collateral to access new debt. Why? Well, because debt is tax-free. This is how the millionaires, the billionaires, and the financially smart individuals do it. The tax game punishes savers. The tax game punishes earners. But the tax game is built to reward those who align their economic behaviors with what money is. Money today is quite literally debt. Now, that doesn't mean you use debt like consumer debt to go buy a bunch of stuff that you have to trade your future time to pay back. That simply means that you trade your fake money, your devaluing dollars, for real assets. You acquire debt to secure the asset, then with enough time and equity, you go back to the bank and you use the bank's money in the form of more debt to extract the equity in the form of dollars without paying taxes. This, my friends, is financial alchemy. It allows you to convert assets into income and eliminate the tax code from your entire existence. So this is the system. The wealthy, they don't fear debt, they actually control it. The dollar, well, it's fake. It's paper. It's backed by confidence. And when it gets injected into our economy in higher and higher amounts by the Federal Reserve, it has to go somewhere. That somewhere, for those who have eyes to see, is assets. If the economy is going to open up and inject more liquidity, why not go find the right assets, go to the bank and access that liquidity, and turn their money, fake money, into real assets that build your wealth? Now remember, a real asset is something that produces income. A real asset is something that a bank will lend on that you can use as collateral, and a real asset rises in price because of inflation. So in the next round of money printing, it's not a crisis for those who have financial intelligence. It's a permission slip to build wealth at a rapid pace. Knowing how the economy works allows you to position yourself and ultimately your money to become wealthy because of things like inflation, because of things like taxes, and because of things like interest rates. If you understand how the game works, you can literally position yourself to build real wealth, lasting wealth, while everyone else is stuck reacting, hoping that the economic cycle doesn't knock them out of the game. So if you're ready to step off the sidelines and deploy capital with precision and convert fake money into a lifetime of freedom, start by watching the next video on this YouTube channel. I'll show you exactly how to build a strategy that thrives in this new economy. So let's get to work.